So we have a question that says 13% of the boys in a whole school study German, and 27% of the girls in the same school also study German. And what we know is that the number of boys is the same as the number of girls. And they want to know how many percent of all the pupils study German. Well, let's make it really easy for ourselves. Let's say that there's 100 boys in our school and 100 girls. How many of the boys would study German? 13%, that would be 13 pupils, 13 boys. So if we just look at pupils who study German, then there are 13% of the boys study German, which is 13 pupils. 27% of the girls study, which would be 27 pupils. So the total number of boys and girls who study German is 13 plus 27 is 40 pupils. 40 pupils study German. And what's the total number of pupils? Well, we have 200 pupils in total, 100 boys and 100 girls. So the percentage of children that study German is the 40 boys and girls who study German divided by the 200, giving us 4/20ths, which is the same as 1/5, which is the same as 0.2, the decimal. 1 divided by 5 is 0.2, which is the same as 20%. And this is the only time where you're allowed to use the equal sign. Notice that I've used the equal sign here. That 4/200ths is exactly the same as 4/20ths, which is exactly the same as 1/5, which is exactly the same as 0.2 or 20%. All of these things are equivalent to one another. And this way of solving it makes it quite easy by putting in like really easy numbers, by just assuming that there's 100 boys or 100 girls. Another way to solve this question would actually have been to use our algebra skills. So if we rub out the detailed answer here, we can just write in that our 40 pupils was equivalent to 40 out of 200 times 100%, which gave us 20%. We could actually do it by saying that the number of boys we have is x. X boys in the whole school and x number of girls, because here we're trying to show how to solve this type of question using algebra. We know that the number of boys and the number of girls is the same, so let's call the number of boys x and we'll call the number of girls y, because there's the same number. Well, 13% of x is the same as 0.13 multiplied by x is the number of boys who take German. So 0.3 of x is the number of boys who take German. And we know that 27% of the girls, that's the same as the decimal, 0.27 of x is the number of girls who take German. So if we add these two together, we get the number of pupils in total that take German, and that is 0.40 of x. So the number of boys and girls together taking German actually ends up to be the decimal number 0.4 of x. Any number. X can be any number. It could be 100 pupils that are girls, it could be 50, it could be 1,000. So 0.4 of all of the pupils in the school, 0.4 of x, take German. So how do we get then the total number of percentage? Well, we know that 0.4x is the number of boys and girls that all take German. How many pupils do we have in total? Well, we know that we've got x boys plus x girls. That's the same as 2x. So we've got x boys and x girls giving us 2x. So what we get then is we get this 0.4x here divided by 2x. What is any number divided by itself? Well, 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 4 is 1. Any number divided by itself is always 1. So x divided by x must also equal 1. So we get the decimal number, that the number of pupils who take German was 0.4x divided by 2x, which we can simplify to 0.4 divided by 2, and 0.4 divided by 2 is 0.2. So 0.2 is the number of pupils. If we want to change any decimal number to a percentage, we multiply by 100. If we multiply 0.2 by 100, we get that it's 20%. So we get the same answer whether we use algebra, X boys and X girls, or whether we use 100 boys and 100 girls. And the formula that's important here, to get the percentage of pupils that study German, we need the number of pupils, in boys and girls, who study German, divided by the total number of pupils. And here we've got to remember to add boys and girls. This will give us the decimal number, and we have to multiply by 100 to turn it into a percentage. So this was how we would solve that type of question.